another video. Now this one, I was just watching this video, interesting little video about Ubermensch and Friedrich Nietzsche, and there's something about this which is totally Masonic. This concept of the Ubermensch. As you see here, the Ubermensch becomes Uberman, and which in turn becomes Superman. Now what you see in the name Superman is sperm, sperm, serum, Jesus type of thing, like Jesus, and Rhesus. So basically, this links into the theory of evolution as in this. There's that. Now, as I've shown in a few videos, right, basically, they use this way to trick people and con people, right? Basically, their own ones in their own program, right? That things is evolving and going along this way, right? To make them the Ubermen, the Ubermensch, the Overmen, the overlords type of thing. Right? So they've got their own sort of Masonic peoples thinking that they're the new man, as outlined in all this old stuff. They're the new people. They're the sort of inheritors of the world and all this. They're the brave new, the brave new people and all this, right? But in actual fact, they're playing a trick on them themselves. So what they're doing is they're taking them in that direction, back to monkeys, right? To make them as monkeys. So basically, it's all about duplicitousness and they're conning people. They con even the ones with their own trans program, obviously, and their own Masonic program, right? Basically, they want to take them in that direction, right? To make them into monkeys, right? And as I've done a few researches looking at the serum, what could be in the serum, right? It's taken in this video as a fact that man evolved from monkeys, right? Which of course is not true. It's a blatant lie, right? But he's taking it in this video that man evolved from monkeys, right? So that's taking the sort of left to right of that theory, right? But in actual fact, that they're doing the right or left. I've done a few studies and research on what could possibly be in the serum. And basically, what I've gathered about it seemed to be a monkey serum. There's a lot of well-known story about how monkey glands is used, as a supposed youth. What do you call it? A youth serum or something. Monkey glands. That's been known for years, type of thing. But it seems to be they use monkey genetics in the serum, right? And also pig genetics as well. As we've seen by these researchers, right? So the Ubermensch, the Overmen, the Overlords, is who they think they are, right? Like the Masonic ones in the program. They think they're going this way. In actual fact, they're going that way. They become the monkeys. Right? If you know the story of Monkey, right? The old TV series, Monkey sprang fully formed out the egg, right? And that's based on the story of Sun Wukong, right? the monkey king, who sprang fully formed from a magical stone. And this is basically a metaphor for our, obviously that trans program coming out of a scientific embryo egg, bursting forth into the world fully formed or something. It's something to do with what they view as evolution idea. They see normal people as bad. But when they do this tinkering and altering with the genetics, they see them as fully formed, right? Of course, there's the trans word, right? creature unlike any other, built with intelligence, strength, all this. So this monkey king type of thing is the absolute metaphor for what they're doing in this program, right? This genetic program that they use. This is basically what gives them away, right? Yeah, because monkeys did not become men, humans, you know, they're different species. See what I mean? So this is what gives them away as liars about their, you know, this is definitely like a metaphor for the trances with their new program, right? Their science program. But you know, basically man did not evolve from monkeys, you know. So that exposes them as liars. So when you got like stuff like this, right, this is the day with them, you know, this is the day with that deception and flattery, right, of their own, you know, how trances with the program, right? Like Uber Eats and all this, it's Uber, it's relating to the Ubermensch, type of concept, right? And you know, so it's they're conning their own ones with that program to believe that they're this sort of new Ubermensch, this new great people that are coming about, right? Better than the old type of fashion people and all this, right? To con. Right? So when you have like Uber meaning over, right? Above, right? So you know, this ties in with them thinking that they're great, right? But also at the same time, over, it's like game over. It's like, you know, we know what they're doing in terms of the sort of Richard Coudenhove strategy type of thing. So basically this has again a double meaning. They always use double meaning to their phrases and words, as we know. So basically this is talking about it's over, like, you know. So basically they think they're the Superman, and what they're basically coding in is about it's game over time, you know. It's time for a shift over. And obviously this restocking the European countries with new genetic stock, you know. Of course, you know, this is to do with Adolf Hitler popularised this type of idea, Aryan master race, which again they use in a profane manner to demonise Europeans. Aryan master race basically means Indian master race, right? Now, as you see here, Nazi Germany's fascination with ancient India. Of course, the Hinduism, you know, the swastika symbol is of course Hindu. So basically, you know, there was a very funny thing about this. Right? This modern, I mean, this article here, it'll be just to deflect. You know, they didn't want to sort of this to be known, like, you know, the Indian ones, you know, they want to keep the profane type of stuff going. They don't want to, in realities, you know, like Hitler was very much to do with India. And in actual fact, the Aryan race, super race, is basically referring to the Indians. So of course you have the Vedas, so, and what's very much in the news at the moment is in Vedas, you know, birth in Vedas. So you got all these Vedas, structure of the Vedas. You got the birth in Vedas and the dinghies, etc. in the news at the moment. And you have the concept of France being brought into the news as well, with their relation to rubber dinghies, migrants, etc. Right? So basically, this is a referencing Operation Overlord, right? Again, World War II type of thing. And you see how basically the 1944 is two-faced Janus, right? D-Day, D-Day, 44, right? So it's all about how do you describe it? Deception, duplicitous, two-faced, right? And the way you get the two faces out of 4-4 is just take 1-4 and reverse it, and it becomes a nose, right? So it's like two noses. That's all it is a symbol, right? And as you see, 6-6, the hex on the 4-4 genus dates, right? So it was all about something other than what we were claiming. It was basically a massive hex for a specific reason, which they weren't giving you. But now you see, with all the Indians coming in, migrants, etc., what it's really about, right? The overlord, the uberlord, So that's basically a 44, right? Okay, two noses. Obviously we could go one that way or both going that way or whatever. But that's just 44, see? The face symbol. 44DD. It was always about this. That date, the D-Day landings thing. Of course, this also ties in with William the Conqueror, right? The Norman invasion, Norman conquest, right? So this is all hex, basically referencing the real invasion of the Indians, right? Coming in to take over Europe. Of course, the Allies, all lies, it was all lies. The Allied powers a foothold in France on D-Day, right? So who was Allied powers really? Look like bloody India, see? The Operation Uberlord. Tri-Murty. See that one there? It's sort of mine with about 4 faces or whatever, right? So it's totally a day with him. Operation Neptune again is another World War II operation. You've got the trident. Basically it's all looking as if these were behind the entire thing. Right? As you see, Jainism, Jainicism. Hinduism, Buddhism, and Jainicism. So, they say like, it's to do with hate and genocide, while in India it revealed a symbol of good fortune and cultural heritage. So again, one of them's lying like on it, hate and genocide for Eurasian type ideas, right? But good luck and all that for Indian ideas. So you can sort of figure that out the way it works. Right? This stuff to me, again, there's the trident like Neptune. This to me looks what you would call genocidal and all that. See? And that to me symbolises cut off heads under there. That symbolises genocide to me. And obviously when you got the Palestine thing in the news, and again this is what do you call it, destruction. I think it's basically Carly Stein. Stein, of course, means stone, right? Stone, like the monkey. Goods are Carly Steins, popular there. Certain people, what I mean? And the fakirs, right? Basically, applied to both Muslim and Hindus. Right? So basically when you go Pakistan, you're talking about Fakistan.